Headline news, folks. Analytics are now available for YouTube Shorts, which clears a lot of things up, but also raises a ton more questions. Let's deal with the basics first. In the YouTube Studio, if you mouse over a video, you can click on the Analytics button. On this screen, over to the right, you can see the real-time stats for the video, where it now does show views coming from YouTube Shorts. Now, if you've been following this story since day one, you can now see that the direct and unknown views are separated and no longer attached to Shorts views. On top of this, you can go to the Analytics page for your entire channel and click the See More button to dive into your channel data. One of the quick filters here is for traffic sources, which if you click will chop up the views on your channel by all the different ways people can watch your content, which now includes YouTube Shorts. And with that being said, let's put this analytic to the test. Over the last 28 days, what is the total percentage of views on your channel that have come from YouTube Shorts? And is it more or less than you expected? Let us know in the comments below. Now, for those of you who haven't been following this story since day one, let me very briefly explain YouTube Shorts. They are a new way of consuming content in the YouTube mobile app. The videos have to be in a vertical video format of less than 60 seconds, and lots of small creators are getting tons of views through this new feature. For the long explanation and for everything we know up until this point, check out the playlist over here. Now you're all up to speed, let's find out why this metric is actually useful. Well, first and most obviously, you now actually know just when your videos are watched as YouTube Shorts rather than trying to guess. And this does have implications when it comes to monetization. That's because views that come from the traffic source of YouTube Shorts cannot be monetized and they don't count towards 4,000 hours of watch time. However, if that same video that appeared as a YouTube Short is watched as a regular video on the YouTube app, it does count towards monetization and watch time. Let me explain that one a little bit more. Let's say I'm watching a video, but something catches my interest on the short shelf. When I view this video, the creator earns 1 view from a traffic source of Shorts. They don't earn any ad revenue, nor does it count towards watch time for monetization. However, if I watch that same video as if I was watching it from the channel page, so it plays as a regular video, the video still earns a view, but it can get ad revenue, and the watch time goes towards 4,000 hours for monetization. And yes, I agree with you, this is totally confusing, and until YouTube make it more clear, I will continue to say so. And the contrasting ways that these videos are consumed is most evident on channels that are dedicated to being YouTube Shorts channels, and it just so happens we have one. We're up to 600 subscribers on the vidIQ Shorts channel. Every single video on this channel is less than 60 seconds long and in vertical video format, and the analytics that have come out of this channel are already very intriguing. That's because although views from YouTube Shorts are the single biggest contributor to views on the channel, more than half of the views for the channel come from outside of YouTube Shorts. That means that all of these watch time hours count towards monetizing the channel. And when you look at the total watch time for the channel versus the watch time hours that have been recorded for monetization, you're left scratching your head. Yeah, I think in my own head now I understand all of this, but have I explained it enough to you? If the answer is yes, give us a like on this video. If it hasn't, then I'm sorry I've failed you as a YouTube educator. It should be noted that these Shorts numbers are also accessible from the Mobile Studio app. Simply go to the hamburger menu, tap Analytics, then go to the Discovery tab, and you'll be able to see the traffic sources and any views you get from YouTube Shorts. However, it's the desktop analytics that I want to return to, because it's what YouTube still doesn't tell you about YouTube Shorts, which continues to frustrate me. You have no idea how much YouTube is sharing your content on the short shelf, and no idea how often people tap on one of your Shorts videos. And in their own words, in the YouTube Studio, they state, you can increase the chances of YouTube suggesting your content if you improve your click-through rate and overall watch time duration. But let's hear the counter argument to that. None of this really applies to YouTube Shorts. Yes, some viewers will discover your content through that YouTube shelf, but I would assume that most of the time people are going to discover your content as they swipe through the videos in that YouTube Shorts media player format. Viewers don't know what's coming next, but YouTube decides for you. And for a creator, that is hugely important. How do you get YouTube to make your video the next that's going to appear on that YouTube Shorts media player? A suggestion metric like this doesn't exist on YouTube, and I doubt it ever will. From the views alone, it's pretty obvious when YouTube starts testing your content as a short, but we have no idea why, nor any idea why YouTube often turns off that tap just as quickly. And so with all of this being said, that's why I continue to predict that while I think YouTube Shorts has a long-term future, because YouTube needs to compete in that TikTok space, I don't think it's going to look like this in 12 months' time. It continues to feel like a very light version of an app buried within the YouTube app, and the only way to access it is to jump through a few hoops, and that's a bit clunky for users. And YouTube so far have communicated it in such a way that creators are interpreting YouTube Shorts through their traditional YouTube funnel of interpretation, rather than treating it as a brand new video platform, which essentially it is. Dare I use the word standalone video platform? I'll let you decide in the comments below.